not every emotion you carry is yours. Not every belief you hold is yours. So many of the patterns you struggle with today actually started long before you were even born. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Flight to Fulfillment podcast. I'm your host, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach and the founder of the Freedom Divas Hub. And today we are diving into a deeply important topic: breaking free from emotional patterns that you've inherited. Because so many of the habits, so many of your reactions, your emotional triggers, they are all actually not yours. They are handed down over to you from generations who didn't have tools, language, or support that we have today. Your habits, your patterns like overthinking, people pleasing, suppressing your emotions, staying small to avoid conflict, over functioning to feel worthy, your fear of being judged, your guilt for wanting more. They are all not just personality traits, they are emotional patterns that have been passed down through family conditioning, culture, survival, and old wounds to you. But the moment you become aware of these patterns, you gain the power to change them. So let's explore 5 steps to break the emotional patterns you've inherited so that you can write a new emotional story for yourself and for everyone who comes after you. These are the 5 steps. Number 1, identify the patterns. Name what is not yours. Patterns lose power the moment they are named. So ask yourself, what emotional habits feel familiar to me, but I don't relate to them? They are not authentically mine. Maybe you react to your mother. Maybe you fear like your father. Maybe, you have the habit of just keeping quiet or shrinking like your grandparents did. Maybe you overcompensate the way somebody you've seen once had to, only to survive. So when you think about these, when you realize from where these patterns are coming, when you become conscious, that's when you open your doorway to becoming free from them. Number 2, understand where these patterns came from. So every emotional pattern has a root. Okay, so like I said, once you've identified the pattern, you try analyzing, were these things taught to you? Were these things normalized for you? Were these things just something you inherited? Were you trying to copy somebody? When you understand the origin, you stop blaming yourself and you start seeing the pattern with a lot of compassion. Because honestly, the pattern did not start with you. You've only carried it forward. But now that you've identified, you've realized what the pattern is, it can surely end with you. Number 3, interrupt the automatic response that you have. All patterns live in your nervous system. They show up before the mind can intervene. The magic happens when you consciously interrupt the loop. So take a pause. Take a pause and ask, is this the old version of me or the woman I'm becoming? This tiny pause, this tiny question, this tiny moment of awareness rewires your emotional defaults over time. Number 4, choose a new emotion. Even if it feels uncomfortable, we all feel very uncomfortable every time we have to do something new. Every time we have to come out of our comfort zone. But do it. Breaking patterns, will feel uncomfortable because it goes against what your body has known for years. So if your pattern is reacting instantly, consciously start choosing to pause first. If your pattern has always been to please people, start saying no. If your pattern is, avoiding conflict, take a bold step and choose to express yourself today. If you've always been suppressing emotions, start being more honest and start feeling them. If your pattern has been staying silent to, to maintain, maintain comfort, to please people, don't do that. Choose to speak for yourself. If your pattern has been self-doubt, choose self-support. Whatever your pattern has been, once you've identified the pattern, once you know the root cause of that pattern, now start doing the opposite. Form a new emotion, form a new pattern. Your new emotional pattern becomes stronger every time you choose it. Number 5, create a ritual that will reinforce this new identity, this new pattern for you. So patterns break through repetition. Choose a grounding ritual that reminds your nervous system, no, this is who I am now, not the old one. It could be journaling, it could be doing your breath work, it could be mirror affirmations, it could be somatic grounding, it could be placing your hand over your heart, it could be just doing, a daily affirmation saying, I choose myself today, I choose myself today, I choose myself today, because every time you say you choose yourself today, you will break a pattern where you were not choosing yourself. Your rituals become your rewiring. That's how you rewire your mind. That's how you rewire your brain. Your rewiring then becomes your becoming. That becomes who you are, the new you, the new identity that you have. So, my beautiful people, you're not responsible for the emotional patterns you've inherited, but you are powerful enough to heal those patterns and form your own new pattern. When you break a generational pattern, you are not only healing yourself, but you are healing every woman before you and every woman who will come after you. So if you're ready to release this old emotional cycle, rise into a new identity, create a life which is built from intention rather than inheritance, drop in a comment today. That's all for now. If you've enjoyed this episode, like and share it with somebody who needs to hear this today. And don't forget to follow the Flight to Fulfillment podcast on either YouTube or Spotify or Apple or Substack, wherever you're more comfortable, so that you don't miss out on a single dose of inspiration coming your way. Until next time, this is me, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach, signing off for now, but asking you to stay grounded, stay aligned, and keep flying towards your flight to fulfillment. See you soon. Bye-bye.